The fine-tuning argument for intelligent design, ID, rests on the idea that the precise physical constants of the universe are highly improbable and finely tuned to support life. Critics often invoke speculative naturalistic theories like the multiverse and the anthropic principle to dismiss the need for a designer. However, these naturalistic explanations have significant weaknesses. By exposing the flaws in these alternatives and highlighting the dependency of evolution on fine-tuned conditions, intelligent design emerges as the most plausible explanation for the universe's life-permitting properties. This argument is not only philosophically sound, but also supported by scientific observation. 1. Weaknesses of speculative naturalistic theories. The multiverse hypothesis is one of the most commonly used naturalistic explanations to counter the fine-tuning argument. It suggests that our universe is just one of an infinite number of universes, each with different physical constants. In this view, it's statistically inevitable that at least one universe would have the right conditions for life, and we just happen to live in that universe. However, the multiverse hypothesis has several critical flaws. Lack of empirical evidence. The multiverse remains purely speculative. No observational data supports the existence of other universes, and there is currently no way to empirically test or verify this theory. As a result, multiverse proponents rely heavily on theoretical physics, such as string theory, which itself lacks experimental confirmation. The absence of empirical evidence means that the multiverse hypothesis is not a scientifically grounded explanation, but a speculative attempt to sidestep the implications of fine-tuning. Unfalsifiability. For a theory to be scientifically valid, it must be testable and falsifiable. The multiverse hypothesis, by definition, posits the existence of other universes beyond our observable reality, making it nearly impossible to devise an experiment or observation that could prove or disprove its existence. This renders the multiverse hypothesis unfalsifiable, placing it outside the realm of empirical science and into the domain of philosophical speculation. Philosophical inconsistencies. By turning to unverified multiverse theories, naturalists inadvertently commit a philosophical inconsistency. They reject intelligent design as unscientific for lacking direct evidence, yet embrace the multiverse despite its own lack of empirical support. This is a case of special pleading, where different standards of evidence are applied to naturalistic theories than to design-based explanations. If we dismiss intelligent design due to its speculative nature, then the same should apply to the multiverse hypothesis. This inconsistency weakens the naturalistic view, exposing its reliance on unverified theories while dismissing ID, which is a reasonable inference based on the fine-tuning evidence we have. 2. Exposing the philosophical inconsistencies in the anthropic principle. Another common argument against fine-tuning is the anthropic principle, which asserts that we observe the universe as fine-tuned for life simply because we exist in it. According to this principle, life arises because the universe happens to have the right conditions, not because the universe was designed for life. While the anthropic principle may seem like a plausible explanation, it has significant philosophical shortcomings. The anthropic principle fails to address the underlying question. The anthropic principle explains why we observe a life-permitting universe, but it doesn't address why the universe's constants are fine-tuned in the first place. It essentially sidesteps the deeper question of why the universe has these specific life-permitting conditions, which are incredibly improbable by chance alone. This reasoning is akin to saying, "I'm alive because I survived," without addressing why the circumstances allowed survival in the first place. In other words, the anthropic principle explains the observation, but not the cause of fine-tuning. It ignores the improbability of fine-tuning. The anthropic principle fails to grapple with the sheer improbability of the universe's physical constants aligning in a way that permits life. The odds of these constants falling within the narrow range necessary for life are astronomically low. To brush this off by simply asserting, "We observe these constants because we exist," overlooks the fine-tuning itself. It is a deflection, not a refutation, of the design argument. Anthropic principle and multiverse, a weak combination. When used in conjunction with the multiverse hypothesis, the anthropic principle becomes even more philosophically questionable. The multiverse assumes an infinite set of universes, while the anthropic principle asserts that we live in the one universe where life is possible. However, without evidence for other universes, the anthropic principle is merely a speculative assumption based on an unproven theory. This weakens its explanatory power and leaves the question of fine-tuning unanswered. 3. Dependency of evolution on fine-tuning. Critics of intelligent design often appeal to evolutionary theory, arguing that life exists because it evolved in a universe that happens to support it. They claim that the process of evolution, driven by natural selection, negates the need for a designer. However, this argument overlooks a key point. Evolution itself depends on the fine-tuned conditions of the universe. Fine-tuning as a precondition for evolution. For evolution to even begin, the universe must have the right conditions to support life in the first place. Evolution requires a stable environment, the presence of certain elements, and time for biological processes to occur. If the fundamental physical constants, such as the gravitational constant or the strength of electromagnetic forces, were even slightly different, stars and planets would not form, and life would be impossible. Therefore, evolution is a secondary process that can only take place within a finely tuned universe. Evolution and complexity. Evolution explains how life diversifies and adapts over time, but it does not address the origin of the universe's fine-tuned conditions. The process of evolution cannot occur in a chaotic or inhospitable universe. The fact that life evolves does not explain why the universe's constants are precisely calibrated to allow life to begin evolving. Thus, evolution does not negate the fine-tuning argument. It depends on it. Fine-tuning provides the necessary foundation for life, making intelligent design a more comprehensive explanation for both the universe's origin and life's development. 4. Why intelligent design provides the best explanation. In light of the weaknesses of speculative naturalistic theories like the multiverse and the philosophical inconsistencies of the anthropic principle, intelligent design emerges as the best explanation for the fine-tuning of the universe. Here's why. Design explains the improbability. Intelligent design offers a coherent explanation for the highly improbable values of the universe's constants. Instead of attributing fine-tuning to random chance or speculative multiverses, design provides a purposeful, intentional cause for the precise conditions that make life possible. Design is a reasonable inference. Just as we infer design when we observe complex human-made systems, e.g., machines, architecture, it is reasonable to infer a designer when we observe the intricate, life-permitting constants of the universe. This inference to the best explanation is grounded in both philosophical reasoning and our everyday experience of recognizing intentionality in complex systems. Naturalistic theories lack empirical support. Multiverse theories and the anthropic principle rely on speculative, unverified assumptions. In contrast, the fine-tuning of the universe is an observable fact, and intelligent design provides a rational explanation for it. While ID may not provide direct empirical evidence of a designer, it does not rely on unobservable, unfalsifiable entities like the multiverse. Evolution depends on fine-tuning. Evolutionary theory does not undermine the case for design, but rather depends on the fine-tuned conditions of the universe. Life can only evolve in a universe that already has the right conditions for it, which is precisely what the fine-tuning argument addresses. Conclusion. Intelligent design provides the best explanation for the fine-tuning of the universe by highlighting the weaknesses of speculative naturalistic theories, exposing the philosophical flaws in the anthropic principle, and emphasizing the dependency of evolution on finely tuned conditions. Unlike multiverse theories, which remain speculative and lack empirical evidence, ID is grounded in philosophical reasoning and the observable precision of the universe's constants. By offering a coherent explanation for these improbabilities, the case for a designer becomes more compelling and scientifically relevant.